Recently, I was having Bible reading with the two little girls I tutor. Now, keep in mind, they don't have much Bible background, and we were reading the story of Rahab, the prostitute. Isn't it interesting, the stories that we kind of take for granted as if we grew up in the church? And the girls are 7 and 8 years old. Now, let me tell you, you've not really taught Bible until you tried to explain to two little girls how God could love and use a prostitute, and a lying prostitute at that. And questions abounded, but it was a children's Bible, so it was handled fairly tastefully. But it made me start thinking about all the broken people in Scripture that God used and that He still uses. I recently read a post on social media, someone who was really frustrated with reading the stories of broken people. They didn't understand why we couldn't just make righteous decisions and stay unbroken. But that just kind of flies in the face of who God is and what Jesus came to do and redeem us. In reality, we are all broken. We all sin. But back to Rahab, I find it interesting that she is continually described as the prostitute or the harlot. It doesn't say just Rahab. I mean, we know what she was. It's pretty obvious. But there are two other things that are relevant, very relevant to her story. First, she feared God and acknowledged Him. We're told in Joshua 2, verses 10 and 11. Let me read those to you. We have heard how the Lord made a dry path for you through the Red Sea when you left Egypt. And this is Rahab speaking. We know what you did to Sihon and Gog, the two Amorite kings east of the Jordan River, whose people you completely destroyed. No wonder our hearts have melted in fear. No one has the courage to fight after hearing such things, for the Lord your God is the supreme God of the heavens above and the earth below. She, along with others, had heard what God had done, and she feared Him. But surely there was somebody more reputable in Jericho to be used by God. I mean, maybe the king, somebody. But God used a prostitute. But secondly, she obeyed. Through the orders of the spies, God told her what to do, and she did it. And she saved a nation. And she became the great, and so on, grandmother of Jesus. Ladies, how does God want to use you? You might think that He will never do anything so extraordinary in your life, but you really don't know. And even if it's not so extraordinary as that, you don't know where it will lead to. If God can use a lying prostitute, He can use any of us for His kingdom and His glory. Fear Him, acknowledge Him, obey Him.